And we are here again, my friends, for a Reiki Share this time. So we'll get it started with the energy one, Chokri. Seheki, and Hum Shu Zing. Hum Shu. Chokri. And I call upon the Reiki Master's power, past and present. And I call upon Yeshua as one of those Reiki Masters, I do believe. And I call upon the Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel Uriel and Ariel. I call upon the Archangel Michael. And I call upon the Archangel Sandalphon and Metatron. And I call upon Yeshua. I guess I've already said that. Call upon the animal dragon. This is, of course, as a Reiki Share for the, of course, the Emerald Dragon Reiki Oregon Pyramid Grid I got out there that people have been kind enough to purchase, or I've gifted them. In the beginning, I gifted a lot of pyramids, but expenses got to me, and I had to charge a little bit, at least for some of the materials that I put into them. Anyway, enough of that. So we're sending it out to that grid, which is scattered all over the world, not in every continent, but in a couple. When I get to go out there and travel, I'll plant a bunch of them out there, a bunch more. I don't know whether I can, but I'd like to put one of my pyramids on top of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid in Egypt. That would be cool. Though, I mean, I've heard that that's kind of hard to do. It's illegal or something like that. So probably won't do that, unfortunately. But anyway, something to think about. I am also sending it out to Cause, who I met in a Psychic Alley spirit chat on our Patreon, and who's got I believe it was Atlas is out, or has a problem with the Atlas going out, and has some neurology and in various areas, her face, and so sort of focusing on those two things, the Atlas and the neurology effect. Also, I want to include Yara in this. Yara, my love, in this distant, because of her Atlas is also has got a tendency now to go out. So similar problem. So I'm going to kind of combine the two. And so to anybody else out there that has this kind of an issue, this is kind of where I'm focusing, is the neck and the face, the facial muscles, the nerves, all aspects of those systems. When say we go from the throat, because I think that's where the Atlas is located, is in this part right in here. I guess I should actually look that up. Anyway, maybe I'll research this before the show's over, and I'll share that where that's at located. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if you've got your atlas out, you know where it's located. I know I shouldn't laugh about somebody's pain. I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. But it seemed funny. Okay, I got a weird sense of humor. I'll admit it. So, what to report? Oh well, go with the bowls. That's always a good thing. Keep the vibrations high. Oh, we can go with the 528 hertz tuning fork here, and will aid in rewriting your DNA, correcting it to its perfect form, its Adamic form. And bringing you into that fourth density body too, I think. So it would be my intention here, doing that with this tuning fork. Okay, I go just playing around with this. Well, it seems that both of those chats were private. I'm not too sure how much I can really share about them, other than, I met this person that had a particular issue that reminded me of an issue that Yara had, and I thought, oh, well, good, I can focus on one issue that covers both people. That I know that I get. It's a test of my abilities to send out two streams of Reiki. Of course, I've got the aid of the angels and the archangels and Yeshua, and so there's no problem about handling the whole of the world, really. If the whole of the world watches this video, I don't know. That would be kind of wild if that were to happen. But hey, miracles can happen. I certainly believe that. And Lynn Taggart will testify to that too. She wrote a book about it called The Power of Eight, in which that she got these groups together in groups of eight, and just people that would attend her workshop, and they would all agree on which one of them they were going to focus on a particular medical issue that they might be having, and so they just all focused on that and went into some kind of meditative state, I think, and they were just focusing, sending healing to that particular issue, and presto changeo, there was noticeable improvements to the person's condition. So thus proving, that the conscious field, well, and that isn't it, I think there's a Bible phrase, when two or more of you gather together in my name, miracles will happen, right? I think Jesus said that. Or Archangel Gabriel. I'm not sure who I got that information from, but I know I'm pretty sure that's in the Bible, or it was in the Bible. Let's put it that way. I mean, a lot of the stuff they've taken a lot of books out of the Bible, folks. Let's just get real about it. And as I've said on I guess in Spirit Chat with Greg Prescott, that the Bible has been monkeyed with or rewritten many times. Most likely it came from Egypt in the first place. And there's that story of Joseph and his many-colored cloak and becoming the favorite of Pharaoh, and because he interpreted a dream and yada, yada, yada. Well, but it's that time. So they went into Egypt when Canaanite became inhabitable due to climate change. That happened because the sun's beating down on the earth a little bit more intensely than it normally does, kind of like it is now. Come on, folks. I mean, it isn't white anymore. It's more, I mean, it isn't yellow anymore. It's more white. It's going towards a white light. So yeah, the sun's has more to do with global warming than, because all the planets are heating up. If it were just us having an effect upon the planet Earth, then we wouldn't see that effect on Mars or on Saturn or on the moons or any of that stuff. They would all stay the same because they're getting the same amount of light, right? Well, that's the thing. They are getting the same amount of light. They're getting a little bit more light. We're all getting a little bit more light, folks. This is part of why I do believe that we are on an ascension pathway. That at least some of us are going to make the grade, go move on up. Can't really talk about those that aren't going to make it too much, I wouldn't say, I guess. Especially, I mean, the ones that took the snake bite, willingly or unwillingly, as the case may be. I think the unwilling have gotten more of a chance to redeem their souls, if you will, and still possibly make the grade if they really devote themselves to a lot of prayer or meditation, cleansings, pine bark extract, pine pollen, pine needles. The two things that the band said you can't talk about that actually had some effect upon the pandemic. Those things are also good, helpful. We'll just say they're helpful. And no, I'm not a doctor. I'm just voicing my opinion, really. I just play a doctor. I am a healer, though, and I know about healing things, and I get, downloads from up above. I feel that there is a lot of energy going out there for this particular issue too. So this must be a thing out there. I guess I just noticed that the light isn't very good here. We'll amp it up a bit here, get a little of that rainbow light going on, full spectrum light. Oh, well, probably not, but well, I don't know. LEDs, what the heck. So yes, the thing about neurology is that the nerve things of the nerves can be fixed. I mean, they can be healed. We've learned that the brain is far more plastic than we thought it was at once. We thought you lose a section, you've lost it. You break a axon connection, it's gone. That's not true. They can grow back. They can grow new connections to work around an area. Basically, your brain is just a transceiver, right? You speak to receive your conscious field, that in your heart. They're both kind of necessary. That's why if either one of those go out, it's lights out. You're dead. You're I gotta reincarnate again, or I'm going back to the world that I was on, and screw you guys. You all are crazy. Especially to be shutting people up when they're just speaking the truth as they see it, I mean, I could see if I was, shouting fire in a crowded theater or something like that. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's people are going to get trampled, right? But to actually, quote science and then get banned for it, that's kind of screwed up. That's crazy, folks. Wild crazy. Okay, so I kind of feel like somebody's coming in here. Is that you, Shala? Ah, so Shala's coming in. So let's ask her. Do you think it's particularly crazy that the censorship that we're dealing with on this planet? We say that indeed we find this very disturbing. For on our planet, we have a holographic system that we work on. Everybody knows everything. We are in the clue. We are aware of what our fellow man is doing, for we are all connected and often act as one, or that we can focus on a particular issue and discern or gather information from sensors, from other people, from the person that is possibly making the error, and that we as a collective can aid that person to correct the error. So it's a self-correcting system. We honor any diverse thought. Divergent thoughts often come up with unique solutions to issues that we might have, or problems, as you call them. We, in Sirius V, especially in the Academy of Light, work on a consensus basis or a collective consciousness. We find that it is the best way, telepathy being the best way to transfer the most amount of information, both emotional, mental, and in some sense, sensory, smell, taste, all of that can be communicated telepathically. So it's not only how we feel about something, what we think about it, but also how it smells, how it tastes, and of course, always being more connected to source than unfortunately you are here on this planet. We can tap into that immense knowledge base to come up with the correct answer. So the truth is never censored in our society, and the truth cannot be censored. In the end, it must come out. It is, if it is not a universal law, it should be, we say. But the truth will win out. Trust in that. See to that, that the truth always comes out. Even if you use weird words to tell the said truth. If the essence is true, then the statement is true, correct? Or it seems logical to us. So thank you, Shala, for that perspective. And yeah. Oh, yes. Another question for you, Shala, because I've heard some scuttlebutt on this, that the dark ones are thinking about staging a alien invasion. Is that something that the Academy of Light or the Galactic Federation of Light would allow, or is that like the nuclear weapons also off the table? We say that it is something that we would dearly not wish to have happen. We do not wish that you would, and we would definitely try to prevent you from setting off nuclear bombs again, especially of the yields that you have now. They really shook up the multi-dimensional aspects of this sector of the space, and you have the potential for actually harming even more than this particular quarter of the space of this universe. It has a wide-ranging effect upon many dimensions, let us say. So yes, we will attempt to stop you from getting into a nuclear war. Not that we can truly stop you if you are insistent upon doing it. But we feel that the collective is not willing to go through the nightmare of that adventure. And so, yes, we will do our part to see that it does not happen. As to the other, it really is up to you. You need to take control and more or less demand that you need to be sovereign beings and speak your truth. Speak your truth on other platforms than the ones you use, where you find this egregious censorship that you are being presented with. Thank you, Shala. Yes, I am moving to other platforms. Yes, I do see that I can be more free in my speech there. I'm just hoping that there was something that could be done here about this. But I see that it's something that we have to do and can't rely on you to take care of. And I agree. So, folks, there we go. We've got to take care of this particular problem. It's nice that Elon Musk is trying to help us with this, or is he? He has not always been a good guy, we're going to say. Couldn't be to be where he was. I mean, he's in the billionaire club. So usually there is something that they've got on him, or they have to play along in order to keep those billions. So, yeah, I'm not so sure that we've got that many white hats in the billionaire club. Though Elon Musk seems to be playing along for now. So, hopefully this will, keep on. He's a funny duck. That's all I'm going to say about him. And he's got a kind of a libertarian viewpoint, which I can live with. I can live with a libertarian. I can live with. I'm finding I probably could live with a conservative more than I could with a liberal now, because the liberals have gotten way the hell out there. Sort of like that meme that Elon Musk showed, where he was in this one spot and the left was way over here and the right was over here where it always was. So it kind of looks like he's more over in the right hand side, and so the center is somewhere over here now, when he was over here on the left to begin with. I mean, way back when, right? When he first started out here. Well, obviously, because he went into selling electric cars. He was buying into the global warming. He was playing the game with them, right? Hopefully, he didn't go in for the other games that they play. But I mean, I don't know how that works. Whether that's the same way as they do with the Freemasons in the Scottish Rite, when you get to the coveted 33rd degree, where you're asked that moral question, and it really doesn't matter which way you answer that moral question. You still, it does matter. It matters on whether you're let in on the secret organization above and beyond that, or you're sent off to be a Shriner, driving around in a little car with your little feather hat on, so, and, the face of the 33rd degree, the one out there that's the exemplary white paladin kind of guy, that's emanating light, right? So they think that, oh, see, we're all good. We're 33rd degree. Yeah, we're still good at that level. Yeah. Sure. Meanwhile, all the other people were in the background and are actually tearing it up, doing God knows what. And God, no, I don't really want to know what. No, I do know what. I just can't talk about it on this channel, or I will get strike, and then I'll have 2 strikes on this channel. And that's not the way I want to play this channel. I want to play this channel as, strictly Reiki, and I don't talk about anything that's going to get my channel out. Doesn't mean I won't skirt along those lines, just because, I got some truths that I feel I got to get out. Um, yeah, but getting back to the neurology, that's a hard one. But it can be fixed. You know, anything can be healed, folks. If you want it healed, um, you know, call upon the angels and the archangels. You don't need me to do that. I mean, the only reason I even offer these is because I feel I can tell that I'm sending energy somewhere. And a bit more than I normally would have to send to the Earth grid, um, since I've enlisted the aid of the angels, the host of heaven, to protect those pyramids so that no dark entities can drain them or drain the field. Not that they really can, because it's orgone. It's generating its own field anyway. It's within its structure. Plus, I've got the Reiki symbols in it, and I Reiki the resin when I'm mixing it. I Reiki it when I vibrate it in the bowls. I Reiki it. No, I don't Reiki the vacuum pot when I take the air out of it. But other than that, you know, I'm Reikiing it all through the process. So it's created with Reiki hands, and it's in the form that Rife suggested, where I think it was Rife. Actually, I can't, that might not be the right name. Anyway, the guy that set up, who told us about Oregon energy, and I think it's William Rife, but you know, it's layered, several layers of organic and then metallic, and organic and then metallic. So that makes Oregon, that makes the Oregon. So it's the combination of those two things. So it's really quite a marvelous little implement to have. I mean, this is the bigger 4-inch ones. And so you can kind of see where I've got, and this one, I was using BBs. It's got the flower of life on it, gold. And yeah, so you set up like that. So that's something I do. And more 528 frequency. I do believe this one, according to my test that I did earlier, does come through for sure. And then another bowl. Yeah, I guess I could report a little bit of on what Tara Janine and Beyond Mystic. She does every Monday and Wednesday. They do John Claude that goes through something, a bunch of news items he has on his um, slide deck is what he calls it. And I think today they were focusing on when these travel restrictions would be lifted, and it looks like it's going to be soon. So I'm hopeful that it is. I was hoping that it would happen in March, but I mean, we saw some pullback on it. I think that narrative is certainly failing. If it hasn't totally crashed, they're still trying to maintain the narrative that the snake bite has nothing to do with all these people dying, but we all know that that's the cause. I know that's shocking to think that they would do that to us. But look at the Georgia Guidestones, and that'll tell you something. Just look them up, research that one. Yeah, they'd like to get us to half a billion people, and that's what they think. That's what they think they can control. Well, I can tell you, if there are half a billion of people like me, no, they won't be able to control us even then. I don't care what they think. We ain't gonna take it no more. But we have, haven't we? We took a lot of shit in this last couple of years that we really shouldn't have put up with. Really, we shouldn't have, folks. But that's just my opinion. I'm a cranky old man, right? And yeah, no, I'm not really a cranky old man. I'm pretty open-minded old man, actually. I've had younger friends. I understand. You're still having to deal with that stuff. I understand if you had to take the snake bite so you can maintain your job and feed your family. I get that. I might have done the same thing had I been. Well, I don't know that I would have, because I kind of feel like I got the early disease, like right at the end of 2019. And I beat it. It wasn't. It was a bad cold, but it wasn't. I got to go to the hospital kind of cold. So, people weathered that stuff. We're more resilient than we realize. Well, some of us might realize it. A lot of you younger people think you are. Yeah, I mean, you bounce back from that stuff pretty quickly. It was mostly, people my age and older that really had an issue with it, and even some of us beat it. So, tweren't as bad as they said, and certainly didn't justify the mandatory injection of experimental mRNA. That's not cool, and especially not when they did not give you didn't have informed consent about the dangers of taking this particular experimental shot. All sorts of stuff to come out of that, so it's been rather disappointing to see how we handled this. It was not it's not for a lot of people trying to say, speak out about it. course, it, quickly became evident that we were going to have to speak in code. That I think had a problem with it. If we could have, if they hadn't censored us, then it wouldn't have been so bad. We could have possibly mitigated if they hadn't done a lot of things that they did that were counterproductive, really. And I know I really probably should be very careful what I talk about here in this particular subject. So let's veer off somewhere else. Let's go to some sound bowls, button bowls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 bowls. It's about the I think they're all the notes, but they might not be. So yeah, the atlas and nerve damage, nerve problems, nerve pain. I mean, that's pretty painful kind of stuff, because that means it's like your nerves are all activated and overreacting to chemicals or possibly diet. I don't know what I'm being told here. Well, I mean, it also can be caused by accidents. That a particular nerve is damaged, and it just in a particular way, and it just stays activated, I guess, is what I'm being told here. So that is a key to vibration. It would seem like the frequency would be, and it'd be really hard to do too, because it's kind of hard to keep your spirits up if you're in pain. That's not or you're, just the change in humidity, things like that. I'm hearing. Yeah, so that's not easy. I mean, that's to have your face just to kind of light up, little pricks of pain throughout it. That would not be pleasant. I can see that. So soothing to that for sure, and a healing to the damage done that caused that. Going back to the point in time when this all began, and start the healing from there, and just slowly ease the system into a more healthy, balanced place. Same with the atlas. It's often created by injury or strain of the neck muscles. I'm hearing, or the shoulders area. So I guess the atlas is in here somewhere, from what I'm getting told here. So yeah. So however that gets activated, and then yeah, well, I'm not too sure what's. It does seem like it's an irritation actually that causes the atlas to go out. That fatigue in the muscles or something like that, that hold the spine in place, right? There's all sorts of muscles or muscular structures that are attached to all along the spine, right? To keep the neck straight up, right? And hold the head, this heavy load that has got we've got a way heavier brain than a lot of creatures out there, you know? So, and some have more than others, you know? There's things, conditions that can change the size of it. Thinking of the thing where you get water on the brain, where your brain, all those, that basic part gets all squeezed out against the skull, and it's really thin. And these people can go to college and do fairly well. So, you know, it's amazing what the human body can do, what the conscious mind can do with an optimum body type. You know, you can make all sorts of epigenetic changes to your body, you know, that are just as better than the stuff that they're trying to do. But you know, it takes some concentration and intention, just as any kind of magical act does. You know, this is the thing. You got a magical body and a magical world, and if you're not using magic, you're being a fool. You're playing the fool, and you're supposed to learn really quick. That first step over the abyss is supposed to teach you, because you know there's a tree right down there that's going to catch you, and you know you get all scraped up, but you know you'll make it, and you'll learn to watch where you're going from there on. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me. You know, I guess I didn't. Yeah, I guess I did watch where I was going. I didn't go on any El Craco Diablo after I fell, but I did climb the Devil's Tower again. Sort of like that's the cowboy thing to do, right? You know, that horse bucks you off, you get back on. You don't let him beat you. You have to have more will than the horse has, right? But that's one way to break them, right? But maybe not the best. Just because it's the way they've done it for years and years and generations and like forever. But you know, hey, new ways come along, and it's all good. It's all good. I'll learn new ways. Mostly because I don't want to get bucked off anymore. I don't know whether I could take hitting the ground like that at this age. I might break something. Though I have to be, maybe I should test that, because the pendulum said, well, that was one thing. Somebody, Elena, Ellen, excuse me, is the one that said that apple cider vinegar decalcifies you. Well, I checked against my pendulum and it said no. So I guess I should ask Shala if that's a thing or whether I was right. It's just, maybe it's my body type, my blood type, that makes me immune to any negative effects that the apple cider vinegar might have. So let us ask Shala that. And since she seems to be right here. Well, yes, we are right here, as you say. And it is indeed, in part, the blood type or body type, as you say. Your DNA structure is what determines how sensitive or desensitized you are to certain alcohols or vinegars, as for this was the reason why Elaine felt that these were a harmful substance, because it is through the fermentation process that it is created. However, it does not mean that you should overindulge in the apple cider vinegar. It has a limited effect. A small dose does one well. A larger dose could indeed harm one. Excess in anything can harm the body, we say. These bodies are, as this one has said, resilient, but there are limits indeed. The most reason, though, why this one is not subject to those debilitating factors is because he knows that he will not have such problems, and therefore he will not have such problems. He does not entertain these ideas, so these ideas cannot affect his body. Your body is affected by what you think and what you believe, more than by what it actually might be able to handle in the normal course of business. We feel that you should know this by now, but perhaps you do not. Perhaps you think that you are just totally at the whim of your body, when your body is totally at the whim of your mind. You have it totally backwards, really. So, as you think, so you are. You are your co-creator of your body, for sure, and for the reality that you see or perceive, for it is the efficacy of the body that you have depends on the world that you perceive. So the closer to health that you are, the better that off you are, the better you can see things, the better you can tap into your clairsenses, as you like to call them, though we consider them normal senses that we all have. And indeed, your body type is also capable of producing these senses, if you will only tap into those sources and indeed surrender to the fact that you can see more and hear more and taste more and feel more than you normally would. Whereas what you call your third density reality, though you are no longer in Kansas, Dorothy, you are in the land of Oz. You are in the fourth dimension. The veil is thin, if not gone, for most psychics. They see dead people. They see ghosts. They see demons. They see angels. They see gods and goddesses, if that's what they want to look at. They see fairies. They see dragons. They can see all of these things if they are open to them. If it is a thing that they want to resonate with. So it is all what you want to resonate with, folks. You want to resonate with censorship, then you have censorship. You want to resonate with death and disease, then you will have death and disease. If you want to resonate with eternal life and a healthy body, then maybe you will have that. And of course, it is important that you put good things into your body. Clean water, free of chemicals such as fluoride. Clean food that is natural, we would say. You are adapted to this earth. And it is best that you eat the natural products of this earth in order to maintain your body. There will come a time when your bodies will not consume food in the same way that you do now. You will consume it more in the form of its energy form, and therefore you can invest that energy form with whatever taste, texture that you want. But the important thing is just to have an energy source, correct? The necessary amino acids and whatnot to maintain your body in a healthy and balanced way. So essentially, your food source can be whatever you would imagine it to be: a filet mignon, a turkey breast, whatever, but it will be plant material, really, with the proper minerals and nutrients that you need to maintain a healthy body. Or, you eat the natural foods. I mean, we have gardens and things that we can use if we want to eat natural food, if we're on vacation or retired, as you might say, though we truly never really retire, even as this one is not truly retired. He keeps himself busy, and we keep ourselves busy. We do many things when we are not in council. We are somewhat like you, though not totally like you. And we are certainly no better than you. We have our issues. We have karmic things that some occasionally raise their heads, even in the fifth dimensional, certainly among the fifth dimensional beings that inhabit our system. Only those of us that are operating in the sixth and seventh dimension can really rise above that karma, as you call it, or the cause and effect, is what it really is about, folks. It's not anything mystical, something that it certainly isn't something that is carried from one body to the next. For one thing, once you reach fifth dimensional consciousness and fourth density, your bodies will last a lot longer because you will certainly maintain them with the proper nutrients and clean waters that it needs to maintain it. There are certain things that you have discovered on your planet now, such as this Evo 60 or the Buckyball, as it was called. These things are ways that can enhance your life and increase your lifespan. You indeed have already increased it, doubled your lifespan, and are in the process of tripling your lifespan. And soon you will quadruple it, no doubt. And we find that this will be much better for you, because it seems that it is only when you reach the age of 60 that you actually, and have completed as what you call your second Saturn return, that you actually become wise enough to be of a service to your population, if indeed they will listen to you. This is a problem that it seems to be that the older people tend to not relate with the younger people. This is why we have high hopes that this one may be able to transcend this problem. We are hopeful. No, thank you, Shala. That was quite interesting. Or was that you, Kyael? So that was actually Kyael. That wasn't Shala. I just wanted to clarify that. Thought that was a kind of a different flavor there. Kyael is an arcturian that teaches there at the academy, I've been told, and he confirms that. So thank you, Kyael, for that information. Okay, well, I think that we probably have stretched this long enough. I'm not too sure. Oh yes, I would say it is time to end this video. And I hope that it helped you, Cause, and Yara. I hope that this does bring some relief, if not putting you on the road to recovery. Might take more sessions than that. And I do want to put out there that if you have such an issue, if you've got something like this, a chronic issue, I mean, I am game to work with those people to try to heal those kind of things, or, you know, to help you in this healing process. I mean, I can't say that I cannot force you to be healed. I mean, that's not going to happen. I don't do these Reiki shares like I'm forcing everybody out there that's got neurology in the face and problem with their atlas going out. You know, it's putting out there for those that want it, you know, those that truly want the help. So I mentioned Cause because I asked and she said I could do this, so I am doing it for her. I have done it for Yara, so I know that I can do it for her. That her higher self will let it through. That it's coming from me, and I'm hopeful that Cause's higher self will let it come through. I'm being told that yes, he will. So, or she will, actually. Anyway, doesn't matter which sex it is, it's the higher self, right? It's just the higher self. It really kind of transcends. That is not a consideration at that level usually. Anyway, so I don't go down another rabbit hole here, I will say adieu. I hope that this helps you, and in general, you know, those of you that have got the Reiki pyramids, you know, I'm sure that you might have a host of issues, but that the energy is there, it can be transmuted. Whatever you want the pyramid to do for you, that's what it will do, or that's what the angel that comes with it will see to it that it does too. So anyway, there we go. Another good Reiki share, I think. When we had messages from Shala and Kyael, and yeah, what fun. Answered some questions that I had. We will talk to you all later.